with a small introduction on the demo class, I would like to start with. So first, I would like to say there are many variants of this lecture, but we should focus on those that paper that is of that is UK tax, that is UK tax. Some countries have their own taxes, but we'll be focusing on this UK tax in particular. That will be studying now in in a course of studies of this paper of the ECCA, and this is F6 UK taxation. So the notes and the lectures here, I will give you some knowledge, some aims and objectives of this particular paper, the F6 taxation. So you have to follow some rules and regulations in order to pass this exam. So the objective here of this demo class is tell you about the whole syllabus. The pass percentage of this exam is 50 marks. So first I will tell you about the study text and the kits that you'll be using. Without the study text and kits, it's impossible to pass. So kits and the book and the kits are very important. We must assume that we are following, we have now entered the 2017 FA 2017 tax year. I mean, our tax year will be starting from 6th April 2017 to 5th April 2018. That is, the rates have changed now. Syllabus that the tax year that will be following and the questions that will be examined in your examination will be from this tax year. It's an easy paper, but hard work is required. So I hope, let's go on with the main thing, that is the aim of the syllabus, to develop the knowledge and skills, relating to the tax system. And they are approachable to individuals, companies. So the main syllabus, or the main chapter of this syllabus, particularly, that will be focusing first and surely the most part of it, of this syllabus, is the income tax chapter. Income tax is by far the longest and the most important part of this chapter, of this syllabus. So we'll be focusing on income tax chapter first and the foremost, of course, so that we qualify. And if you do this chapter very well, hopefully we can qualify the paper easily. This is the F6 paper. Income tax basically is tax that is actually given on individual incomes. And so the aim is to develop the skills and knowledge regarding the UK tax system. There are basically five chapters, the main 5 chapters that actually we'll be focusing on. The first one is the income tax. I've already mentioned, and what it is, I've already told you people. The next one, the next chapter is the corporation tax. So you must know what the corporation tax is, and it is companies actually give tax on their profits or income, mostly profits, that is worldwide. So we'll be focusing on corporation tax later on, after income tax, then having any problems. So yeah. So the next chapter will be the capital gains tax. I've mentioned about I'm actually doing the aim of this syllabus. The main aim is to pass the chapters that are actually there, that will be examined. The first one is income tax. The second one is corporation tax. The third one is capital gains tax. Capital gains tax is tax on disposal of assets by individuals as well as companies. Companies and individuals both pay taxes on their gains on disposal of particular assets. So income tax first and well and complete it before time, mind you, you will qualify the paper. All of you will qualify the paper easily, mind you. So first our focus will be on income. Let's get back to the work, because I'm actually enjoying this demo class very well. So after that capital gains tax, then is this a tax called VAT, or value added tax, or VAT. VAT is actually paid by a third party on goods or services. Normally it is collected by a second party and given to the third parties, that is HMRC. The HMRC in this body that actually collects the tax, administer and collects the tax. So we'll go about that in chapter 1 of our next class. Hopefully you will join. So VAT is first collected by the second body, that is the wholesalers, and after that it is given to the government via VAT. So we'll be using that. We will be doing that chapter also. And finally, there's a tax called inherent tax. I've got aims and objectives here on my thing, on my screen. These are the aims and objectives I've told you about. And the inherent tax, the final tax that we'll be doing, part of our study is inherent tax. The final one, although the easy one, but important one. It is that tax, you must all know if you're listening me carefully, is tax on inherited property. For example, if somebody's parent dies and they have transferred their property to their children, when that property is transferred, you have to pay tax on that inherited property. That is mandatory, that is compulsory, and you have to pay it. That tax is taxable. Just like income tax is taxable on your income, that is earned income. Income can be employment income, property income. Okay, those type 4 incomes will come under income tax. Then corporation tax is income on your profits. I've already mentioned. You must know, you must understood it very well. Then comes capital gains tax, that is income on disposal of non-current assets. Right? I hope you're following me. Hopefully, mind you, it's an easy paper. It's not my style or something, but because I get good results, so hopefully all of you who are listening, you'll pass the paper. No worries about that. So then comes your inherent tax. Let's get back to inherent tax. Inherent tax, I've told you, is tax on inherited property, and it is mandatory by some people, provided by their governments. Of course, you inherit tax, so you have to give it on inherited property. That's mandatory. That is it. Then comes a small part that is actually related to your income tax, that is called NIC. So NIC is basically National Insurance Contribution. Basically, it's kind of a tax, and it's very much specific to employment income. You must please write it down. These notes are introductory class is quite important. It's a demo class. It's a very important class. This will the base class actually, because in this small, although it's a demo class, in this whole class, I'll try to fit in the whole syllabus or the course or the syllabus of this paper. Hopefully, you're joining and you're listening. If you're having a problem, you can still see that. Get a lot, mind you. So let's get back to NIC. So NIC is basically, I hope you're listening and you're writing. Please take notes. These notes are very important. Mind you, if you have these notes, I will provide you everything on my own also, my own notes and all so on and so forth. And then we'll proceed. This is a demo class. Keep that in mind. So when let's get back to NIC. So NIC is basically kind of that, it's kind of a tax that's related to your employment income or self-employment income. Meaning two people, employed or self-employed, that's it. Some person is employed in a company, someone hires you, that is an employee. Employee and employee relationship, that is a tax on that is called NIC. Please keep that in mind. It's a very important part. 2 chapters come out of the 12 chapters. We have 24 chapters in the whole syllabus, mind you. 12 chapters are from income tax, 4 are from corporation tax, 4 are from capital gains tax, and 2 are from administration, 1 is from VAT, and 1 is from inherent tax. Mind you, income tax also. Chapter 11 and 12, you must have the book with you. So you must look it up. You must have the syllabus. Mind you, you have to get the 2017-18 book, the FA17 book, because rates have changed now. So you better be ready with the book. You must have the book. We will provide you with the book and the kit. You don't need the kit now. You can get it later on. Anyways, let's get back to the point. When I gave this paper, I qualified in first attempt. Okay. So if I can do it with attempting 75 marks of the whole paper, so can you. If you attempt the whole paper, you can pass. If I can pass this paper, so can you all. Anyways, let's get back to the point, the main point. So we were on NIC. So NIC is another type of tax you must know. Is a very important chapter of our syllabus, right? And you know, and majority of the marks are from income tax. Majority of the marks, meaning of 12 marks out of 24 chapters, you can do the math. 50% of the whole syllabus is from income tax. So income tax is very important. You must know income from employment, income from self-employment, self-trading income. You must know income your self-employment, property income, the benefits. There's a chapter called capital allowances. That is something else that is actually related to depreciation kind of thing. That so on and so forth, and NIC. So we'll focus to be honest with you, we'll start with the income tax. I'll focus first on income tax, so that if you do income tax well, you'll probably it will be easier for you to pass the paper. Anyways, okay, we are done with NIC. So NIC is the most important, one of the most important chapters. I've told you about income tax. I've told you about corporation tax. I've told you about capital gains tax. I've told you about VAT, and I've told you about NIC, inherent tax. CGT is capital gains tax. IHT is inherent tax. VAT is value added tax. I will use small terms. So it'll be easier for you to grasp it. The syllabus is assessed on 3-hour 15 marks paper. That is normal paper, paper based, or a 3-hour 20-minute CBE. Now we have CBEs also, mind you. So I think that will be much easier. Let's see how many students are want to give CBE, or how many students want to give the normal paper, the paper-based paper. So let's get back with the syllabus. So it's a 3-hour 15 minutes or 3-hour 20-minute CBE or paper-based exam. This paper is computational. Remember that. Please write it down. This is the latest syllabus. I've told you the latest syllabus. I'm telling you the structure. So this paper will be computational, and all questions are compulsory. I repeat, all questions are compulsory, must. In order to pass paper, you have to attempt the whole paper. Let's get back to section A. There are 3 sections. So section A is the 15 objective test questions that will be consisting of 2 marks each, and they'll be coming from the whole syllabus. Mind you, these 15 objective questions of 2 marks each will be coming from the whole syllabus, and that syllabus I've told you is like income tax, be coming from corporation tax, capital gains tax, IHT, and VAT. This is section A, and by far, to be honest with you, one of the most easiest section. To be honest, you can grab easy marks from this section easily. Easy marks from this section easily, because you have now CB, and your exam is now short. Your exam papers are very short. Anyways, so let's get back to our thing. So this is section A. I'm done with section A. Now let's get back to section B. So section B, you must know, you will examine 3 objective test questions, or OTs, and each will be including 5 OT questions of 2 marks each. Okay, so that's it. 5 objective questions of 2 marks each. Total is 30 marks. Mind you, 30 marks section A, 30 marks section B. This is just we've started the party anyway. Section B is 3 objective test cases of 15 questions, OT questions of 2 marks each. Okay, this is section B, consists of 30 marks. Section A 30 marks, section B 30 marks. Then comes the section C. So section C is basically consisting of 3 questions. Mind you, this is also easy, but there is a 10-mark question, one 10-mark question, and income tax is coming in section C also, in section A also, in section B, but section C. So you can imagine how important income tax is. So income tax, there will be 2 15-mark questions, one on income tax and one on corporation tax, and the other 10 marks may be from any other part of the syllabus besides income tax and corporation tax. That may include IHT, CGT, or VAT. I repeat, IHT, inherent tax, VAT, value added tax, and CGT, that is capital gains tax. So this is the conclusion of the whole syllabus. The paper, the main thing mentioned everything. The main thing was what was the introduction, what was the main aim of this class, So I've told you, I've discussed about the variants. Here we'll be following UK variants. So mostly people from outside the UK, they will still giving, and they do give UK variant tax paper. That is UK tax, England or UK tax. And the notes of studied hard, do the important chapters first, and you qualify the paper. Mind you, remember everybody, you need 50 marks to pass the paper. You don't need 100 marks. I passed on 50, attempting 75 marks. I passed the paper. Meaning, I'm not saying I'm a genius, I'm an average, above average guy when I was doing it. If I can do it, so can you. If I can do it, so can you. So this was the small demo, and the introduction And we have talked about the syllabus. I've told you the aims of this syllabus. The aim is to develop the knowledge and skills, regarding the tax system. Income tax is thoroughly examined in section A of the question, section A questions, section B, and section C. Even each of the 24 chapters will be on income tax. So if they are recording, you can provide that lecture to other students also, because it was a small, good class. So this is the summary of the whole lecture. Now a demo class I'll be giving. I've talked about the UK. I've given introduction about the whole UK tax, the paper, and the variant is UK variant. The summary, please, if you're listening, you can follow me. You're following me. That objective of this have the study text and the kids with you. You must have. We will follow Kaplan book. Mind you, Kaplan is very good as far as I depend, for sure. Please write it down. We'll be giving F7. I'll be studying F7, teaching F7 also, fully finished reporting. Analytical papers, mind you, you follow is F6 paper or F7 paper. You will be following the Kaplan text and the BPP kit. Kaplan text is very good, the best for F6, F7, F9. The collecting body is the HMRC, Her Majesty Revenue and Customs. Yeah, then corporation tax. Then we will do the capital gains tax. Capital gains tax is tax on disposal of profit on the disposal of assets by individuals as well as companies. That tax is called capital gains tax. I repeat, capital gains tax is that tax that is on disposal, profit on the disposal of non-current. Doing the VAT. VAT is basically tax that is paid on goods and services that is collected by a third party via party, that is via subsidiary party, that is called VAT. The whole syllabus on time. June is your exam, so we'll be finishing by May, the whole of April month and the May month. May, let's say 22 days, it will be off. The whole syllabus. Then I told you tax. I forgot to tell you again. I'll repeat it. NIC is the most important topic in income tax. It is tax on basically employment and self-employment income. Those people are employed and self-employed, you can go. We'll be calculating that tax. That is NIC, National Insurance Contributions. So there's another type of tax that is important. This is NIC, and it covers the syllabus, and probably the majority of the marks will cover income tax. I've explained it earlier. This is my summary. Like the most important thing, the contents and the paper. I'm done with section C. Section C will be of 40 marks, one 10-mark question, two 30-mark questions. Please write it down. This is the summary, and we are doing the summary, the final summary of the paper, and of the paper that the questions that will be you'll be examined. So it will be comprising of one 10-mark question and two 15-mark questions, and will be focused on income tax corporation. That the two 15-mark questions, he's throwing he's throwing marks to you. He's giving you marks freely. So you can just imagine how important income tax is.